Yo, what's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today, we're watching Smugstick. What if Vegeta was betrayed by Bulma and the Z Fighters? Part 5 and 6, I believe. So, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It's a really good story, man. Let's get into it, man. I don't know what the fuck to say.
Vegeta continues to train, inviting Trunks and 7-3 to do so as well, even asking about the Universe 6 Saiyans. Champa reveals that they're still around, and allows Vegeta to visit planet Sadala prior to the tournament. He isn't exactly welcomed, as a pickpocketer steals some of his stuff. He followed her to a tavern, where her leader, Caulifla, said that if he wanted his stuff back, he'd have to beat her in a fight. Vegeta did just that, very easily. Eventually, Saiyans gathered around him as he showed off Super Saiyan, and slowly over time, he began to train with some of them, mainly Caulifla, Kale, and Kaba. Kaba had been his guide when he first arrived in Sadala, and got scolded by Vegeta for not even knowing what a Super Saiyan was. Eventually, he trains them to unlock Super Saiyan, though that Kale girl has a long way to go before she can be trusted with her power. Vegeta was able to knock her out, but has no idea how to control her. He realizes that he's getting close to Kaba and those girls' Saiyans. It's the first time he's felt accepted by anyone. Even Moro, a man he trusted, was anything beyond someone he worked with. But before we continue, only around 30% of you guys are subscribed. So don't forget to leave a like and click the bell icon so you never miss the best Dragon Ball videos out there. And if you want to be a super fan, then consider becoming a Patreon. Anyways, let's continue with the story. Vegeta finds out that Frost will be part of the Universe 6 team, and he refuses to work with them. He doesn't trust anyone who could be the Universe 6 version of Frieza. He didn't believe he was strong enough, and above that, he thought either Kale or Caulifla would be better contenders. Frost challenges Vegeta to a fight, and he attempts to use his needle filled with poison, but 7-3 sees this coming and warns Vegeta, who ultimately defeats Frost, not allowing him to even transform into his final form. He was very tired of him. Finally, Champa agreed to have Caulifla be the fighter. Thus, the teams are set. The Universe 6 team is composed of 7-3, Vegeta,
7-3, oh my
Caulifla.
god.
The Beerus team is Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, 17, and Monaka. Gohan knew about the tournament a long time before it happened, so he was able to plan ahead of time, and he's been training with Goku for a bit. Goku originally wanted to get 18, but she said she was not interested since there was no cash prize, so she instead suggested 17, and Goku recruited him similarly to the Tournament of Power. So the fights begin. First up is Gohan versus Kaba, two Saiyans who follow a legacy. Goku looked at Vegeta.
Every time I do it, what if?
A long time before it happened, so he was able to plan ahead of time, and he's been training with Goku for a bit. Goku originally wanted to get 18, but she said she was not interested since there was no cash prize, so she instead suggested 17, and Goku recruited him similarly to the Tournament of Power. So, a legacy. Goku looked at Vegeta when they started the fight. It was time to see whose student was the strongest. Kaba fared well enough, but Gohan had a trick up his sleeve, Super Saiyan God. He hadn't unlocked Blue just yet, but God was more than enough to deal with Kaba. His next challenge was against 7-3. 7-3 actually surprises Gohan. His copy abilities are extremely impressive, and he absorbs his power, firing back a Masenko, which resulted in a beam clash. But 7-3 was smart, and as soon as it looked like Gohan was going to win, he opened a portal in front of himself, going directly towards Gohan. Gohan blasted himself out of the arena. Piccolo was the next fighter, but didn't fare much better. 7-3 already knew most of his moves, thanks to the absorption and fight against Gohan. So when he multiplied himself to use the special beam cannon, 7-3 knew how to counter it, even using his own special beam cannon, which surprised Piccolo. He would have to ask Gohan if he'd been practicing in secret. Android 17 versus 7-3 was the next battle. 17 had been analyzing the fight against 7-3 for a while, and he had a plan set in place. He had to avoid using any blasts. 7-3 could easily handle those. When 7-3 tried to absorb 17's power, the cyborg simply opened his android barrier, keeping him away, eventually expanding it so 7-3 was knocked out of the arena, but the air went silent once Hit entered the ring. He was far different from many of the other fighters, and no one knew much about him. 17 opened his android barrier, but it wasn't fast enough. Hit was already within the bubble, punching him in the stomach and throwing him out of bounds.
Oh shit.
Goku had been watching the fight carefully, and thanks to some insight from Jacko, he realizes what's going on. He was using some form of time skipping. Goku was able to predict the moves that Hit was going to use, fighting meticulously against him and utilizing Blue Kaioken. Goku was completely driven by the desire to fight Vegeta again, and although he enjoyed the fight against Hit and hoped to fight him again, he wasn't going to allow him to get in the way. Thanks to the training with Gohan and the extra hard training with Whis, Goku actually wins this match, utilizing a God Bind to keep Hit in place right as he was going to use his time skip, taking the chance to knee him in the stomach, grab him by the legs, and spin him out of the arena. He landed not far from Vegeta, and as the smoke cleared, the two Saiyans found themselves staring at each other with a smile. Caulifla walks up to the ring slowly. Vegeta whispers in her ear, telling her that Kakarot and her are very similar, so he expects a good match. Above that, he wants to see just how much he's improved. Caulifla smiles and gives Vegeta a thumbs up as she walks into the ring.
I'm gonna take you down and get even stronger!
That's the spirit! Come at me with everything you've got!
Aw, hell yeah! There's the blue form! That's just what I wanted to see!
This is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Who knows? You might be able to pull this off someday.
Goku is already a little tired and hurt, but he is impressed by this girl. Her Super Saiyan 2 is incredible, much stronger than what he expected it to be. She had a lot of spirit. No wonder Vegeta was drawn to teach her. Even Goku himself taught him a little while fighting, and he told her that whatever Vegeta is teaching her is working, but maybe she should get her morals from someone else. Goku dodged and weaved out of the way of a lot of punches, trying to regain his stamina and power before getting ready for the real deal, the fight against Vegeta. Goku told her that she's always a little aloof and has her defenses wide open, proving a point by Goku punching her in the stomach and knocking her towards Vegeta, saying, "Sorry about that. I saw an opening that seemed to scream out attack, so I did." Vegeta catches Caulifla just as she was about to hit him, placing her calmly down, telling her that she did well, and that he'll visit Planet Sodala soon, alongside Mora and the rest, to keep teaching them. But for now, he had other matters to attend to. This was the moment they were waiting for. Before the announcer got even a chance to say, "Begin," Goku and Vegeta were already clashing, the ground beneath them caving in, to the point where the arena was no more. If one of them touched the ground, they would surely be disqualified, but it didn't matter. They weren't leaving the sky. Every punch connected perfectly. Neither was trying to dodge. It seemed like they were really trying to test just how strong the other one had gotten. Eventually, the fight evolved. As they got used to each other's movements again, Goku couldn't help but smile at Vegeta. Even though he hated his guts, he was still his greatest rival, and part of him believed that he could return. But the fight wasn't meant to last forever, though to the spectators, it sure seemed that way. Vegeta grabbed Goku by the legs and threw him to the ground, but Goku caught himself inches from a ring out. They were in a familiar situation now, as each of them cupped their hands, Goku creating a Kamehameha, and Vegeta a Gallic gun. They fired at each other, remembering their original battle, but this time Vegeta was sure he was going to win. He was finally going to defeat Kakarot once and for all. But as the blast was mere seconds away from touching Goku, the Saiyan race on Earth screamed out, "Kaioken times 20!" Vegeta felt a cold sweat on his back as the blast was returned to him, fell from the sky, defeated by Goku. How? I've given everything to get stronger. My family, my friends, my pride. That Kakarot is still above me. Vegeta remembered back to the time he fought Beerus, and how when he lost the god power, he saw no one. Is that it? Was what I gave up what Kakarot has above me? Vegeta turned his head to look at Bulma, who instantly looked away, while Goten, Gohan, and Chi-Chi hugged Goku. Vegeta punched the ground, creating a small crater. It was over. At the end of the day, Monaca does not get to fight. Not that there was an arena to fight in anymore. Champa was upset at Vegeta, and honestly thought about kicking him out of the universe, or maybe even killing him. But at the end, Goku approached Vegeta after the tournament, telling him that he's always been his friend, and that he misses him. Telling him that, after the battles against Frieza, and even Cell, Goku considered Vegeta a friend, an ally, a rival, and that he hoped that they could be that again. He struggled with asking him for help during the battles against Golden Frieza, but now he realizes that that power is incredible, and that they could help each other with it, as long as Earth is safe, and Vegeta comes back to them. For a second there, Vegeta actually considers it, but he looks at the ground and walks away from Goku. Just like in the original, Zeno appeared, becoming friends with Goku and talking about the possibility of a multiversal tournament. Vegeta and Goku looked at each other. That would be a perfect chance to battle again. Vegeta would return to planet Sadala to continue teaching the Saiyans there. It was a lot of fun. It was one of the few things he actually seemed to enjoy, but Trunks was a little upset. It was like he cared more about them than his own kid, but he could feel something beyond that. A darkness within Vegeta. He wasn't sure if he actually cared about these Saiyans, or about teaching them, or was he just going through the motions. Either way, Caulifla and him got along, almost like an aunt, and she did tell him once or twice that that Moro guy just rubbed her the wrong way. Either way, Vegeta and Trunks would return to planet Champa in order to continue their own training. The Super Dragon Balls were spread through the universe, as Beerus wished for a new Earth to be given to Universe 6. Vegeta turned to look at Moro. He seemed very upset. He had a dark aura around him. Moro hates Vegeta for losing. He was really counting on him, and now he realizes he's just weak. Now that the Dragon Balls are all gone, Moro thinks about it. He has time, he can end it here and now. He can kill Vegeta, he can take everything he has. After all, everything Vegeta has ever done has been because of Moro.
Well, Vegeta, next time we will guarantee our victory, won't we? We just need to keep on training, or I'll simply destroy you.
Moro snapped out of it. For a second there, he almost made a stupid mistake in front of the God of Destruction. He can't be found out just yet. Plus, Vegeta has been growing so fast recently, it would be foolish not to watch his progress even further. Soon enough,
This nigga Moro be plotting.
Soon enough, he would take his power. But it wasn't all for himself. At the end of the day, he would kill Kakarot too, in honor of Vegeta, and take his power. Those stupid Saiyans would live on in him, as he rules over the universe. But unknown to Vegeta, a darkness greater than any other was surging in a different timeline, as future Trunks, the one who had spent so many years going after Vegeta and trying to get him to return, comes face to face with his father once more. Trunks
Vegeta
couldn't
black.
believe it. He really thought
This
that
man
Vegeta
is
could
not
change.
black.
He really thought that he could be too good. But the Vegeta that stood before him now was worse than the one he met. Was this ultimately what Vegeta's path would lead down? Had he followed him all the way to the future just to kill him? Part of Trunks believed that this wasn't his father, that this Vegeta Black was something else. The new story begins with future Trunks talking to Bulma, who says that the Vegeta she knew was a good man, even if he wouldn't admit it. Neither the man Trunks met nor their new enemy is the real Vegeta. She looks at Trunks directly in the eyes, saying that she always believed in Vegeta. Sadly, just like in the original timeline, future Bulma is killed by a mysterious being as Trunks makes it to the present. We switch perspectives to Vegeta's training at Champa's, which proved to be successful as he slowly pushes through, and it seems like he was achieving a stage beyond even Super Saiyan Blue. He anxiously awaits the next time he gets to battle against Goku. Surprisingly enough, it wouldn't be long before he does just that. That's when Goku appears at Champa's planet along with Beerus and Whis. He confronts Vegeta angrily, challenging him to a battle. Vegeta agreed to it, clearly showing himself to finally be ahead of Goku. The battle begins, but is quickly interrupted as Champa wonders what the hell prompted this visit. Goku asks Vegeta why he did what he did to Bulma. Vegeta says that he hasn't done anything in years. Goku retaliates by saying that he killed Bulma. What? Bulma's dead? Goku realizes that there's something wrong here, as they both power down, and Goku explains that future Trunks has arrived back to the present, begging for their help. Vegeta had appeared in the future and killed his Bulma. Vegeta promises Goku that it wasn't him, and he will get to the bottom of this. Vegeta asks Goku to allow him to help. The other Saiyan is doubtful but allows it, as Vegeta asks permission from Champa
fuck you
to
talking
once
about? My
again
son,
visit
nigga.
Universe 7. Champa allows it, but only if Vegeta promises not to waste all his energy playing with these simpletons. Thus, Vegeta and Trunks are taken to Universe 7. Vegeta can't look at future Trunks in the eyes once he arrives. It's clear there's a lot of tension between them. Bulma didn't even show up to see them off. Future Trunks asks why they're bringing the little kid, and Vegeta says that this is all training for him. Once they arrive to the future, the mysterious being announces
Man, why you bring little
as
kid,
Vegeta
Trump?
Black. It was clear to the real Vegeta that this really was him. He looked exactly like himself, and the dark aura around him was one he had felt for a while now. Vegeta Black had already faced off against Goku once, when future Trunks first arrived to the past. But Vegeta didn't care about any of the backstory. He simply rushed in to attack Vegeta Black, demanding him to explain just who he really was. Vegeta has the upper hand for a while, as Super Saiyan Blue does well against him. Vegeta knew it. No copy of him could ever stand up against him.
Yeah,
That's
talk that
when
shit,
Zamasu
Vegeta.
blasts at Vegeta, getting him off of Black. Zamasu explains that they saw the fight at the Universe 6 tournament, and that though Goku won, they were more interested in the darkness and potential within Vegeta. He was everything they hated about humanity. The selfishness, the ego. It was the perfect symbol to destroy them all. So that was their plan, huh? Destroy all humans? All mortals? Vegeta didn't want to believe that he was the true representation of that. But little Kid Trunks looked at him, and then back at Black. There was something very similar between the two, beyond just looking like Vegeta. Kid Trunks, in his heart, knew that he was a good person, but he couldn't see his father the same way after everything they've been through. Either way, Vegeta promises to defeat Black and Zamasu, and as Vegeta announces this, Trunks wonders if he too would be capable of killing his mother. Vegeta Black reveals his Super Saiyan Rose form, which Goku and Vegeta don't stand a chance against, even as Super Saiyan Blues. Zamasu's support is just too much for them to handle. That's when Vegeta finally reveals that there is something that he had been working on ever since he saw the Kaioken used against him. This was an evolution beyond Super Saiyan Blue, as Vegeta's muscle mass increased and the blue in his aura darkened. Vegeta truly had improved. Evolution Vegeta and Rose Vegeta Black had a hard-fought battle against each other. Black's sword slashes really hurt Vegeta. They were unpredictable, but every time Evolution Vegeta punched Rose, he got his wind completely punched out of him. He was the strongest being he had ever fought. No one mortal should have this power. Black Vegeta reveals that indeed he was the one to kill future Bulma, meaning the last person she saw was the one she loved. The one who always believed in him. He saw her hope leave her eyes. Vegeta goes cold for a second. He doesn't know what to think about this. Future Bulma always believed in him? That's when Trunks speaks up, saying, "No, her hope never faltered. Not in my father, not in me, not in any of us. And for that, in her honor, we'll kill you, Zamasu." With those words, Vegeta's aura expands out, just for a split second, into a purple one. His hair too, changing color.
Oh,
to
shit.
Trunks, as if his eyebrows were gone, but it was
Man,
just
nigga
for a
barely just
second,
got blue
just
evolution.
enough to punch Black in the face, sending him into Zamasu, where a huge explosion followed. But Vegeta quickly fell to his knees. That power was too much, whatever that was. But Zamasu and Black explode in power. It wasn't enough to keep them back, and it's clear that they need to retreat. They can't defeat Zamasu if he's immortal. Trunks tells everyone to go, figure out a way to defeat him, and then return. Vegeta doesn't want to leave Future Trunks after what just happened, but Future Trunks doesn't look at Vegeta in the eyes, simply saying, "I'll be fine, leave." just figure out a way to defeat him. I gotta say, it's satisfying to do this. Take this. Gallic gun! Trunks fires the purple beam at the man who looked like his father. The blast engulfed Black. It was the most incredible Gallic gun Vegeta had ever seen in his life. Surprisingly, he was truly proud of Trunks, retreating into the time machine and returning to the past. Upon the return, Kid Trunks is told to stay there. Vegeta had it wrong. He shouldn't have taken the kid there. He seemed very upset about what Zamasu had said. Meanwhile, Goku tells Beerus about Zamasu, making quick work of the present timeline version of him. Bulma is delighted to have Trunks, as he runs directly to her and hugs her leg. She walks inside with him, not saying a word to Vegeta. Meanwhile, Vegeta and Goku discuss what to do. Vegeta says they have to stop him because of what he's doing as him. Goku argues it's not far off from what he did to them. The two of them clash heads over this, but Bulma yells at them to stop, that she doesn't care anymore. They just need to find a way to contain him. That's when Goku remembers the Mafuba, returning to the future. However, just like in the original story, it doesn't work because of the lack of the seal. But Gowazu and Shin appear in the future, having followed Goku and Vegeta with their time travel rings, saying that they need to find a way to end this all, handing them the Potara earrings. Goku and Vegeta look at each other in disgust. No way, they're not doing that ever again. But as Trunks continues to battle Black, and eventually they fuse into Fuse Zamasu, it's clear they don't have a choice. Fusing into Vegito. This is an extremely powerful fusion, even using Super Saiyan Blue evolution Kaioken. But he is a little sloppier. Neither fighter has evolved their techniques nearly as much as in the original story because they haven't had the time to train with each other. Even so, Vegito kicks Zamasu
A little
to the
sloppy,
ground,
they'd be a
not
lot
giving him
stronger.
a second to talk. In the final moments, Vegito lifts his arms up to the sky, a huge blade created from it. As Vegito said, "Everyone, share your energy with me." Trunks followed suit, telling everyone to give energy to Vegito, as Vegito's Spirit Excalibur was formed. Zamasu tried to fight him off, but it seemed like none of the attacks did anything to him until Vegito simply pushed the sword down, slicing clean through the middle of Zamasu. One half being Zamasu, and the other, Vegeta. As Vegito defuses, Zamasu continues to laugh as he begins to disintegrate. The Vegeta half of the fusion says that he represents his own future. The path Vegeta is going down is the exact same path Zamasu took. A path where he kills the only person he cared about. A path where Bulma dies by his hands. His eyes shift to Goku and Trunks for a second as he says, "A path where your own son could help kill you." Zamasu laughs as his faces fill the sky. It was clear that the
That's deep right there.
was
Deep.
done for. Goku had no choice but to call forth Zeno, who destroyed the universe, and returned with them to the past. Everyone is quiet once they return. Trunks is rightfully upset about what happened. What was this for? Did it mean anything? Vegeta asked himself a similar question, but even more so affected by what Zamasu said. Another thing that stuck in Vegeta's mind was that power he felt. It was only for a split moment, but it reminded him quite a bit of the power that Champa nearly used on him. He had been trying to get there for a long time now. He knew there was techniques and powers that Vados and Champa were trying to teach him, but he wasn't quite getting there. Was that it? Had he done it? He'll have to capitalize on it. But for now, he needs to return to Universe 6. He wants to leave immediately, yelling at Kid Trunks to come along, but Kid Trunks remains behind Bulma. He doesn't want to leave. Seeing Vegeta black in that way affected him deeply. He wants to stay with his mother. Vegeta's heart breaks, staring at him and Bulma, then at future Trunks and Goku. This was the one final betrayal, but he can't argue. Maybe Zamasu was right. Maybe it was better if he wasn't anywhere near them. Without saying, he simply called on Vados, who took him back to Universe 6. As Vegeta leaves, Whis turns to Trunks, saying that he can't stay there. He needs to be found a new home. But Trunks pleads with Whis, saying that he needs to do something. Keep a promise to his mother. He needs to bring back his father. He has no other home to return to now. He needs to at least do this. But Kid Trunks speaks up, saying that he doesn't believe they can do this. Future Trunks hasn't seen him the way he has. The life drained from his eyes, all hope lost. When he first went with Vegeta, at the start at least it felt like they were doing something that actually meant something to him. It seemed like he was just going through the motions, doing as what Champa or Moro said. But Future Trunks insists on it, looking at his time machine and placing his hand on the hope written on the side. No,
I know we can do this. There's always hope. Because she believed in him. Because I believe in him.
Whis accepts this and temporarily extends the time he can stay for now.
Okay, Whis,
Next,
W Whis.
Dragon Ball Super.
Alright, that was part 5 and 6 right there. And pretty good, man. Pretty good. I like the storytelling, man. Smugstick's pretty good with storytelling right here, man. It's Vegeta could turn to a kind of like go to Vegeta Black, man. It's crazy. That nigga Kid Trunks don't want to fuck with him no more. He's like, man, hey, you on that bullshit, man. So that's funny. But it's pretty good, man. I can't wait till the finale. The finale will be the next one. So you like my reaction, so you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.